Long ago, beyond the mountains where the snow never melted, and beyond the forests where the trees whispered to one another at night, there stood a small village called Lunara. Lunara was not a rich village. Its houses were built from pale stone, its roads were narrow, and its people lived simple lives. But at night, Lunara became the most beautiful place in the kingdom. The rooftops turned silver beneath the moonlight, the river reflected the stars like a mirror, and thousands of tiny white flowers opened only after sunset. The people called them moonbells. They believed moonbells bloomed wherever the moon had once touched the earth. At the edge of the village lived a 16-year-old girl named Alara. She lived with the only parents she had ever known, Mara and Tomas. Mara was a kind woman with warm brown eyes and flour always dusting her sleeves. Tomas was a quiet carpenter whose rough hands always made Alara feel safe. Alara loved them more than anything. Still, she had always known that she was different. Her hair was black during the day, but under moonlight, silver strands appeared between the dark ones. Her eyes were an unusual shade of grey, almost like clouds before a storm, and whenever the full moon rose, they shone faintly in the darkness. As a child, she had thought everyone's eyes did that. She learned otherwise when the village children noticed. "Moon eyes," they whispered. "Witch child, ghost girl." Alara became careful. She stopped standing near windows at night. She covered her hair with a scarf when the moon was full, and she never told anyone about the dreams. In those dreams, she stood in a palace made of white crystal. Far below, she could see the entire world, and at the end of a long hall stood a woman in silver. "Come home," the woman would whisper. "My little light, come home." On the morning of her 16th birthday, everything changed. Alara woke before sunrise to a voice that did not belong to anyone she knew. It came from the moonbell flowers growing beneath her window. And when she opened the window, they turned toward her. The largest flower unfolded. Inside it lay a silver necklace with a small moon-shaped stone. The moment her fingers touched it, a light filled the room. Visions rushed through her mind. A crying baby wrapped in silver cloth, a burning palace, black wings crossing the sky, and then a voice, louder than all the rest. "Find the lake before the last moonrise." Alara's mother entered the room holding a birthday cake. 16 candles trembled in the silence. When Mara saw the necklace, the cake slipped from her hands. That was the moment Alara understood. There was a truth she had never been told. 16 years ago, Mara began, there was a storm unlike any we had ever seen. A woman came to our door. She was injured and carrying a newborn baby. She begged us to protect you. She said dangerous people were searching for you. She told us never to let you go near Moonwater Lake. "Who was she?" Alara asked. Mara looked at Tomas. Then she whispered. She called herself Celine. The name felt like a song Alara had forgotten. Before she could speak again, every candle in the room went out. Outside, black shadow creatures circled above the village. The bells began to ring. People screamed in the streets. Tomas handed Alara a bag, food, water, a compass, and a small carved wooden bird he had made for her when she was 5. "You must go to Moonwater Lake," Mara said. "We were told never to send you there unless the shadows came." Mara pulled her close. "Whatever you discover, whatever blood runs through your veins, you are our daughter. Nothing will change that." Alara climbed out the back window and ran toward the eastern forest. Every part of her wanted to turn back, but the moon-shaped stone around her neck began to glow, pulling her deeper into the trees. The forest was dark, even though morning had arrived. Branches twisted overhead. Fog crawled across the ground. She walked for hours. By sunset, her legs ached. Beneath an old oak tree, she opened the bag and found a letter. "My dearest Alara," it began, "if you are reading this, the day we feared has arrived. The woman who brought you to us was the guardian of Moonwater Lake. She said you were born between 2 worlds. One day, both worlds would ask you to choose between them. We kept this secret because we wanted you to have a childhood, not a prophecy, Not a crown, not a war, just a childhood. Forgive us. A family is not only made by blood. A family is made by every meal shared, every tear wiped away, every night someone stays beside you when you are afraid. You will always be ours. For the first time since leaving Lunara, Elara let herself cry. She should not cry alone in a forest, said a voice. A young man stood several steps away. His name was Kale. He wore a dark green cloak. He was traveling to Moonwater Lake. He had once been one of the king's royal guards. He had left when he discovered what the king was truly searching for.